Oh, reconnecting, okay. Reconnect successful. So did it continue the same stream? Live now. So is it still the same video? Oh wait, it looks like it's a new video. So let's check the URL. That will be the best way to check. So I've got particle fleet. Oh, it's different URL, so it's different video. Okay, so I will put for those of you who don't know, my internet, how do you call it, went down for a little while, so the stream was interrupted. So now it's as a new video. So I will put the stream and notification here. Do I need to put the link there? I'm not sure, so I will put the link. Here. And then I will put this as the new link. My internet went down for a minute, so it interrupted the, so it ended the stream. And continuing here. So does this work fine? Okay, it looks okay. So I'm sorry for the delay. And let's get back to business. Oh no, I don't want to be watching that right now. Yes, so I just love these dogs. They are so fun. I just need to watch them for a little bit to calm myself. Okay. Yes, we have this here. Fantastic. Now we want to put that there. Okay. So where did I left off is I'm trying to put a new object on the ship the same way the modules are added. So in which case I just take the rotation of the ship and add it to the relative position of this core of the turret. Now as I said, it should be here on top of the yellow thing. So the x coordinate is the same. Let's go with -10 as is here. Now this is the y coordinate, which is up and down. Now these cores are -6, so they are set into the ground a little bit. Now I want this to be up a little bit, so I don't know, let's try 4. And this one is -4, because it's like this, so I think I need +2. Wait, xy. No, this is the y coordinate. So that is -6, really? Oh, that's so weird. Oh yeah, because the model is upside down, so whatever. Let's just go for here. Yes, and then for here as well. Let's try this. And it will be called turret base Z, turret base Y, and turret base X. Now I just need to add the position of the turret base to the position of the ship and set that as the model position. For 1, 2, this will be actually called the turret base, and yes, the models have a separate rotation because they are rotating alongside their axis on top of it, which I don't want to do. So I just set the same rotation that is used for the ship as for the turret base. It can go down here, and now it should work. Maybe the position will be a little bit off, but it should be fine. I unpause and something went wrong. What is it? It's like way here on the bottom and it's upside down on top of it. Great. So I need to set the scale, I need it to be a lot smaller, and I also need it to be upside down. So let's set the scale here, I guess. Why not? So turret base. So the X and Y scale. I mean, I could actually compute it. Do I want to compute it or do I want to try and guess? I guess I can compute it. So if I remember correctly, this is 1 pixel. So this is 20 pixels. And this is 3 cells, so it's 12. So it needs, the ratio needs to be 12 divided by 20, which is 0.6. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And negative 0.6 for the x-axis. So set model scale, yes. What do I call it? Oh yeah, I'll call it on the trees as well. So scripts compile, unpause. Is this better? Oh, this is now clipping into the ship. Okay. Yeah, so the Z position needs to be even smaller, like this, maybe. Let's see. Oh, now it's way on top. Hang on, it is. Oh, these are 2 by 2. They are not 3 by 3. My bad. So it's not 12 divided by 20, but 8 divided by 20. So it's 0.4. Okay. And also this 4 here is wrong. It should be... Hang on, if this is 4, then this is just 1, right? But this is 6. I mean, what is this? I mean, this is half a cell and entire cell, so that's why it's 6. And this is half a cell. So that's why this should be only 2. Okay, I get it now. This should be only 0.4. And this one, let's check this one. It's like way on top, so maybe negative 8 only. So let's try it now. Okay, a lot better. So, but there is also... No, pause. A little gap. So let's try negative 6 only. Oh, it looks good. Nice. So as you can see, it is resting on top of the yellow thing. Now I wanted it to be here, but whatever, doesn't matter. So I also have the position which sits at the bottom of this thing. Not here on top, but on the bottom, which is, I guess, weird, but doesn't matter. I guess it does a little bit. It will have to be a little bit messy, but what can you do? Now next I want to create the thing that will rotate inside of this. Now let me show you what I mean. Let's go. Oh, someone is typing. Oh, it's just some announcement over here. Okay. So let's hang on. Yes, let's put the thing here that will rotate. So I'm looking at this and I want to start 2 pixels up and I want it to be white like this. Okay, that can be done. So can I make this public as well? Sure. So I want to do new design. So where is the center? Over here. So the object that I'm looking for is half of a sphere. Period, half sphere. Wait, where is the center again? Is it here? This thing? I actually have a little much on my monitor, so I'm going to move it there. Not the best thing, but hey. Okay, so I want to shrink it like this. And like this. And move it 2 pixels up. Nice. So you can imagine the model from before being under it, and this will be on top of it. Now why is this a separate model? Because I'm going to put a negative box on the outside. Okay, let's put 1 pixel here or 2. Let's try 1 first time. And let's also make it like this, and then from the middle we'll point a turret, and the turret will only move like this, right? And this will move together with the turret. Okay, let's move it up. Oh no, 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 stop, stop, stop. Not like this, that will be safer. Okay, looks good. Maybe a little bit wider so the turret isn't so small inside there. Yeah, this should be fine. Well, maybe I need to make it a little taller overall. Maybe like this. Or does it look too weird? Well, let's also give it an orange color. Because why not? Or a different color. Now I would have to see everything at once to get a good grasp on what the colors should be. And I'm not very good with colors to begin with. But this should be fine. There will be the turret resting somewhere in the center. And then it will just move left or right inside of this capsule, which will move together with the turret. So I think that's fine for now. So let's save it. We will call it I mean, how do you even call this? I don't know. Like the middle piece. So I just call it turret middle. I don't know. And export into object. Yes. Turret middle. Extract here. Yes. So turret middle, and here we go. So scripts, model test, yes. Okay, let's set the same scale. Oh yeah, now, oh, of course. I need to make sure that this space is moving in the X direction. So it now moves to the front, which I think is wrong. Hang on. Can I open this somehow? Yes, think of this. X is towards the left. Yeah, so this capsule would be wrong, and it would cause a lot of problems. So I need the space to be facing towards the X coordinate. I think if it was facing towards the Y coordinate, it would be fine, but I would have to keep track of that. And I think it would be easier for me if everything is centered around the X coordinate. Because like the ship's angle, right? If you call the default function in PRPL to get the ship's angle, x is 0 and then it goes up as you move up, right? Same with image angles and everything. So x is always 0 and it's the default. Even if you build ship, right, it's facing to the right. So I think it would be best to have everything unified. So for that reason, let's me tinker this. And yes, make sure that it faces to the left. So Control all and just rotate it like this. Simple. So now export again. Object. Okay, whatever. So X. No! Misclick. Oh, I just. it sounded like it was the end of the world. But it's not that bad. So override. Now let's. I didn't load it into the game yet. Right, cool. Because I would probably have to restart the entire game again if I did. But it's fine. So yes. Turret middle, fine. Actually, let's just have it move around, same as the turret base for now, and change it later, right? Because the position will be the same. I can just copy paste it, that's fine. And also, if I had foreseen this, I would have. If I wanted to make it easy, I would have made both of the models a little bit down so that the center of the turret, where the turret will rotate, will be in the center of the plane. Because that would mean that all the objects can be at exactly the same spot. They can have the same position, but just the rotation can change. However, since the turret will not have the center of its rotation in the center of the plane. So if I make the turret over here, I will have to adjust it, and it would be a nightmare. So I have to make the turret with the center over here, which means the turret position will have to be a little bit up. But I can just copy these and change the turret position very easily. So that will not be a big problem. If I try to make the turret in here, it would actually be a big problem. I don't know how I would fix it. Well, I will if you don't understand, I will explain when I get to it better. I mean, you will understand what I'm talking about once I get to it. That's what I wanted to say. So here will be a different rotation, of course, but for now let's just set it to this rotation. So is everything fine? It should be unpaused. Wow. So the color is weird and the space is definitely too wide. So let me redo this. So first, what color should I use? Well, this is red orange, so I guess like yellowish. So this is even lighter orange than that one, I believe. Or is it the same? Or did I use that one? I don't know. Let's just. Yeah, let's just use this one and make this shorter, like this. And this space here is fine. So this one should be a lot better. To export. Oh, I will have to restart the game again probably, just to reload the model. Well, let me do the gun model first. Well, no, because the size of the gun model will. Oh no, I didn't want to open it. Just rename it. The size of the gun model will depend on this, so it wouldn't be very good. So what if I just save the game, leave, and then re-enter? It shouldn't be that big of a problem. Where was I? Yes, mod invoke file. I just need to make sure I recompile. Oh, it just doesn't work. I mean, I don't know why. It should work, but whatever. Yeah, let's just reopen the game. And just root the audio. So that you can hear. Nice. And mock invoke, not invoke fun, yes. Okay, so unpause. Oh, what is going on? Invalid index -1. I'll just recompile. Oh, still invalid. What? No way. What did I do? I mean, where is it? Debug doc model test, like everything's wrong for some reason. My god, where is my notepad? What is going on? Oh yeah, this is the wrong chat, isn't it? Where's my creator studio? Okay. Live streaming. I want to pop out the chat. Put it over here. Nice. Okay, I don't need to watch my own stream as I'm streaming because I can see the the screen myself. Okay. Yeah. Let's close some tabs. And I forgot what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at this. I mean, why is this model test? Yes. What? How invalid object? What? I mean, this is wrong. Oh, there's something wrong with the dog. Where did where did the dogs go? Oh, I almost started singing "Who Let the Dogs Out." Like they were here, like on the leash, and someone let the dogs out. Okay, let's try to see what's up in Discord. Okay, I think I can just ignore this. Okay, but whatever. Yeah, let's also stop the ship from rotating and just just get rid of the tilt completely, because it will just make it harder to see what's going on. And where is it? Model test. Load model. So I don't know what's wrong with this, but whatever. Yes, this is the thing that is making the ship rotate. So let's get rid of that. So script compile and pause. Nice. Now, to be honest, the reason why I made the ship rotate is so that I could see it from a side. Also, I also wanted to make the ship's rotation to be a composite rotation, and on top of that to display this. So just a long story short, it was complicated. So let's also make things a little bit simpler by moving the ship into the default. configuration. Now as you can see, this isn't looking in the X direction. Now this is probably, as I said before, if you remember the ship, if I don't apply any rotation to the ship whatsoever, it is looking in the wrong direction. That is why I need to correct the direction here. Now this is probably causing this to be rotated as well. So it's not the end of the world. I just need to remember it for later. It doesn't matter very much. But for now, let me design the turret. Because that will be interesting. So I need... Okay, let's just set this to public, because why not? And let's get a new design. Now again, I need to find the center, which is here, I believe. So let me move it here. Yes, that does look like the center. Cool. Now how will the turret look? I don't know, let's just do something simple. Oh, this is big. Doesn't need to be this big, probably. Okay, so it can be something as simple as this. I also need to make sure that it is going in the X direction, which is to the left. So I need to move it like this. Yes. So also let's make it a little bit shorter. And let's add a cylinder at the end. Wow. The big overkill, but let's just get to it, right? First rotate. Then to make it smaller. Wow. Interesting. So 2 by 2 and only this long, right? Bam. Oh, almost. No, no, stop, stop, stop. Okay. Nice. Okay, like this will be the turret, and it will rotate alongside this point in the center, and it will just go left, right. Well, this is underwhelming. Maybe if I increase it like this. Okay, doesn't look that bad. But remember, the hole is 4 pixels wide, right? So this is only half of the side of the hole. So I'm thinking about adding 2 cylinders to the sides, which will be like the hold of the turret. I don't know if it will even be visible, especially at large zoom. It probably won't be visible, but it will be a nice touch, and why not? It will just fill the space there. So something. Oh, I was completely something like this, right? To just hold the turret in place, and then it will rotate alongside the center left and right inside of this, and that should be fine. Maybe this should be round as well. Or let's just leave it like that. Now let's make this round as well, because to be honest, playing around in this editor is pretty fun. So rotate this like that and make it smaller, only 2 by 2, and only 2 by Now let's make it 4 here. Yes, like this. Like half a cylinder. Or do I go complete tryhard? I think I go complete tryhard. Complete tryhard mode. Okay, let's cancel this. Copy paste this here. And you will see. Whoa, 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 whoa. What I mean in a second. Nice, and then I will go. Okay, I can actually move it like so. Right, and then I will go quarter circle. How do you even do it? Oh, I just put a cylinder in there and it will clip through the texture, so it's fine. So make it just, whoa, what is this? Stop it. Stop it! We just make it 1 by 1. No, it needs to be, no, stop. 2 by 2 by 2, yes. And now I just move it here. Yes, perfect. And set the color to red. Also, this should be yellow. And this can stay red, probably. And move this. There we go. Okay, it looks worse than before, but I already spent so long on it that I'm not going to fix it. Ah, just kidding. I am going to fix it. But the fix will be really simple now. Also, there's a little space in between, so let me extend this as well. And does this look better? I'm not sure, but as I said, I spent long enough on this. Okay, I'm kidding again. I will fix this. I just like playing with this. And then this will clip into this. And done. Oh yeah, this is way better. This is how I wanted it to look. Now, let's save this and we will call it turret gun, because this is the gun itself. And export object turret gun. Let's also let's set it to public. I don't know what that does, but whatever. Turret gun, yes. Export here, yes. No. Extract here, yes. So let's name it turret gun. What an original name. Dot object, yes. And let's add it here. Where is? Now what is this? Oh, this is OBS. I'm sorry, I'm getting sleepy. It's almost midnight, but I want to finish this. So I also have to go to work tomorrow, so feels bad. But this is so much fun. I mean, fun in air quotes. But it is certainly enjoyable. I just like messing around with things like this. So turret gun, and after it works, it will only be very amazing. Oh yeah, I also want to rename this. So turret gun. Cool. Now what I was saying before, the position actually needs to be a little bit on. Oh look, the piece underneath is missing. What's wrong with that? Oh, maybe it needs this object file next to it. I mean, it's possible. Okay, let's I mean, maybe that's why the game was crashing. Maybe... Maybe it needs to have the object with that like this as well or something, I don't know. Let's try it though. You never give anything for a try? Except the time that you spent, right? So there goes this. There goes turret middle. Tinker.obg. And here goes turret gun. Because I don't know what that file was for, so I thought it was like useless or something. I don't know. Probably not useless. But hey. Also, this export was before I renamed it, it seems. Well, let's look what happens now. Also, there was the dock somewhere, right? Debug dock. Where did the dock end up? Oh, this is the dock, isn't it? So the turret base will get extracted to turret base. Yes. And this is the... Yeah, so sorry. Get rid of the 2 in there. Like so. And this is the debug dock, if I remember correctly. So let me put this into the... Where are you? Oh, here it is. Slash tinkerer.object. Yes, I think this is the way it needs to be done. So let's try it. Script compile. Oh look, it actually works. Oh, it still says in... Look, 3 of the docs work, but the Oh, because I am messing up. Oh, what did I do now? Oh, I just break everything. Okay, now it should work. So compile. Clear. Okay, still model test. What doesn't work in model test? Maybe the trees? No, the trees look fine. Ship core. Oh, what is this? What the hell did I do? Oh, I added the slash tinker here instead of here for the mess. Okay, compile. Clear. Oh, now it works. Oh, you can see the base, the little ring, then the rest. It looks like the same color, but I cannot really see very well from this distance. And then let's add the gun into it. So, the gun position, well, it will be done. The position of the gun will be only dependent on the position of the ship. I mean the center of the gun. Which means that these two will be the same, and this is the elevation, and it will be further out. So let's try -8. I'm not really sure what I should put in there. So let's try -8 for now. Also, let's again set the same scale for the gun. Well, I actually can compute the position precisely, so I'm going to do that instead. Now, if you remember, here, click open MS Paint. If you remember this being the floor, this is where the center position for the base is. Then it's 2 pixels wide, and there is the ring on top of it, but that I can ignore. On top of it is the thing that is 2 pixels wide also, and this has the thing cut out into it, right, like this. And then there is the turret. No, yeah, here is the turret, but it has the circles, right? And this is 1 and 2 pixels as well. So this is 6 pixels in total. But the whole thing has only 0.4 scale, so 6 times 0.4 is 2.4. So I should have the elevation here be higher by 2.4, which is 8.4. And it will be for the gun, so turret gun Z, turret gun Y, and turret gun X. Then I copy paste the position, and I copy paste the rotation for now, but I will definitely be adjusting these rotations shortly. But for now, let's make sure the position works. I'm not sure how this will work, and it's not there. Is the model even loaded? I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. Is it anywhere? Okay, let's try to set the position at 0, 0, 0, so I can see if the model is even being loaded. Oh look, it is. It's just really slow. Like, it's like smaller than 1 cell. So this is like not the best, but this is just a test, right? Look, it's just so small. Yeah, and I was worried how it will look. It doesn't look like anything pretty much. But yeah, this is just to test the rotations out. Once everything is working, you could make probably a bigger gun, like 4 times 4, and then everything would be bigger and better to see. But whatever. For now, let's actually let's do this. -6 and then 6. From it you subtract additional 6 and 0.4 multiply. Why? Because if I want to change the scale, I just change it here and here as well, and it will be so simple. Well, not the best way to do it, but hey, whatever. Also, why doesn't it work? Maybe move it more up front or something. I don't. Oh, because it's here. So let's delete that, and let's see if I can. Oh, that's because I'm adding the, yes, of course, the wrong coordinates to it. So it was like completely stuck in the other model. So let's remove this because that was just for debug, and it should work without it just fine. And as you can see, or you probably can't, there is the turret inside, and it's like so small. It's like so small. It's adorable. I just yeah, why is it so small? It's just so sad. a little sad turret. But, well, now we can get to the fun stuff, finally. First, let's rotate the thing in here. Which I will call, yes, I have the model rotation. So, to get the rotation for the middle piece, I want to create axis rotation because I like the axis rotation the most. It's my favorite type of rotation. Where is it? I just lost my way. Did I close it? Oh no, I was looking for the blue icons. I now didn't see the red one. Of course it's the red one because it isn't safe. I'm so dumb. So rotation axis. Now along which axis do I want to rotate? So this is X, Y and Z. Z goes downward, that's important. So let's do 0, 0, 1, going downward. I'm using the left side rule, so if I want to rotate like this, so let's see, I want to rotate it a little bit this way. So this like 0.5 radians, it should go this way. So let's see if I'm right about that. And then I add that on top of the rotation and it will be called the turret middle rotation. Now I set that both for the middle and for now I will set it for the gun as well, but you will see shortly that the gun will have its own rotation. So I compile and tada, it's going like this. Now for the turret it can go... Oh, so the default way is this way. Well, that's interesting. I'm thinking about fixing the ship model, but that would be so much reworking because all the relative coordinates of all these things would have to change. But it wouldn't be that bad, probably. Do I want to do that? No, probably not. It might require another restart, and I don't want to do that. So let's make the turret point this way, like... can I... Oh, the map rotation isn't that great. Like, I want it to rotate this way, but also a little bit up. That needs to go always almost 180 degrees, so let's try 2.5 radians. And where are even the oh yeah, of course. So we take the rotation so far, which is the rotation for the middle, and we turn it. If this is the X, then I guess this is the Y and this is the Z. So I want to rotate alongside Y, and with my left hand I want to rotate like this, so that will be positive 2.5, and it should be pointing this way where I have the finger. So let's try it as I said. I want to rotate alongside the Y coordinate for 2.5 radians. So rotation combine and I will get turret gun rotation. Now there is one thing to consider, and that is to have proper object trees, which I don't know how they are supported in Unity. Maybe they are somehow. And what object trees do is you can say I am adding this object to this object at this position, and a lot of this code will be then automated. You just say set the position of this object and this is moved automatically. If you rotate this object, this is moved automatically. What you can do then is you can add a local rotation to this object relative to the object it is added to, which is basically what I'm doing here, right? And it will be applied, everything of this will be applied automatically. You just set the local location of the location and rotation of the object relative to the model. You can also set local scale of the object relative to the model. So if you scale the model by 2, the scale of the object added to the model is automatically multiplied by 2 as well. So this scale would be relative to the model, and it is really good to making a model which is composed of multiple parts, and it would automate a lot of this work. And like this, right, this is here and this is here as well, and this needs to be rotated. Everything would be automated. You just say this number, these 3 numbers, you would say set local position, and this will be done automatically. And you just say set this as set local rotation, and this will be done automatically. So that is definitely something to look into if I ever want to get serious about this, which I'm not kidding myself, I won't. But if you would be making a serious game or a serious 3D model framework or something like that, stacking models on top of each other into a tree, that is definitely something you would want to do. Hang on, let me just Google it really quickly. Well, this is probably too long. Oh, transform.parent. Is it that simple? Well, I might try it sometimes else, and then do a comparison, like before, like this madness here, and after, like three or 6 lines, and we will see the difference. It might be fun. But let's get to the task at hand. Yes. So we set this rotation. So it should be fine. I mean, not fun. I mean fun as well. And voila! It actually is working. How? And if I move the ship around, wow! Look at this. Just go see it. Now the real test comes. I want this cannon to be pointing. Can you guess where? That's right, at the top of this tree. Because why not? It is like the only point that I can actually know where it is, instead of this weird stack that isn't somewhere on the ground, which would be really sad. But the top of the tree is not very much higher than the ship itself, so let me first move the ship downwards by just setting the Z to only -20. Now this way. Right, if I... Okay, I cannot select the ship unless I'm looking from top down. Now if it will be under the tree, it will actually be pointing relatively upwards instead of just straight in line. Now how do I do this? Good question. First I get the location of the turret. Now that's simple, I'm already computing that. So next I get a vector from the turret to the tree. Again, relatively simple. Next I want to know how to rotate the copule here. Now that will be interesting, because that will depend on the rotation of the ship. Now if the ship is facing in a very bad position, that might not even be possible. Because imagine that the ship is like on the side. And how do I... Yeah, so the ship is like this. And remember when the ship was spinning, let me actually add the spinning back in, so I can show you what I mean. Hang on, how do I select this? Come on, select. Right, I want it to be right next to the tree and facing up, like this. So let me add the spin to it and pause right here. Right, you can see that if this is like perpendicular to this, then there is no way to move this. I mean, now the turret would be going downwards through the cupule and it couldn't shoot there at all. So I also probably have to check that the vector from here to here is not going like through the ship or anything like that. But that can come later. First, let's recompile. Unpause. Nice. So let's move the ship like on a side a little bit. So if I remember correctly, the default position is this way. Right, that is if I don't change it at all. So we are saying it's simple, I just get the rotation of the ship. I just get this angle, right? And the rotation of the ship. But the ship could also be tilted a little bit. So instead of this, let me add a little bit of tilting. Let's say a constant of 0.5 tilt in one direction. So, and I want to move the ship like this, for example. So I want the turret to be aiming at the tree even in this situation. So the question is, oh, now it is going straight like this. So let me move the ship a little bit like this, for example. So it is a better example. So how to align this to this, even at a weird angle like this? Well, what I have is the vector from here to the tree. And what I have is the rotation of the ship. Now I can only set the rotation of the middle piece relative to the ship. However, I want the final rotation to be in a certain direction. Now the better question to ask is at which angle, if I made a line from the top of the tree to the center of the thread, at which point would it hit this outer circle here? Now how would I even want to do it? Do I want a a cylinder that extends infinitely and then at which point it hits the cylinder as it goes to the center? Or do I want something else? I think I want the cylinder, yes. So I must imagine, like if I'm looking straight at it, that there's a cylinder coming towards the screen and then from the top of the tree to the center of the thread, now where it hits the cylinder, somewhere above this point, and then from that get this point somehow. Of the ship. But how? I can probably compute where is this point and where is this point. From that I can compute this plane. So what I want to do then is to project this vector into the plane. Oh yes, projecting the vector will be key. So I just take, yes, I know. So this is the x. Now positive vector rotates towards y, right? So this is the y. So this is xy. So again, this is the problem, right? Because now I compute the angle and I will probably have to add or subtract pi over half because the model of the ship is messed up. Now because of that, the position of the centerpiece will be messed up as well. So I need to correct the model of the ship one way and then this another way, just because I didn't bother correcting the model of the ship. So do I want to correct the ship model, or do I want to just put the patch over a patch so that it works? I'm lazy, so I will not fix it. But let's think about this one more time. I can get a plane. Oh yes, I know. I just take vector 1, 0, 0 and 0, 1, 1, project both of them, and then get two vectors out of it, which will be getting this plane. And I imagine this is 0, and this vector I will project into the plane. And then I will get the angle of that vector, and that will give me this angle here. Brilliant. Very, very, very brilliant. Or I do want something even better, maybe. Yes, because I will also want this thing here. So even better yet, instead of just projecting, I want to know I want a third vector that is like going up, so 1, 0, 0, 1 projected, and that will be my new base, and I want this vector expressed in the new base. So that will tell me exactly where this point is relative to the viewpoint of the turret. So that's what I'm doing. Like, imagine you live in this turret and you want to know where this is, but relative to the base, not relative to the thing that is turning around, but relative to the base that is welded on the ship. Now the way you do that is you create a new coordinate system, which is x and y. Oh, I probably should fix the ship model, so the coordinate system is x here and y here, and not x here and y here, because then everything will get screwed up. But I'm lazy. I don't want to fix the ship model because it would be so much work. Okay, let's not be lazy, let's go and fix the ship model. Because it would only bite me in the ass if I don't fix it. So let's go. So tinker this. Oh look, it's even upside down, so I'm already halfway there. So I just need for it to be, yes, it needs to be facing to the left. So I just need to rotate it like this, and then move it over here. So is that it? No, because oh, where is the center? So is this even the center now? So I need to move it. Here, is this centered? I don't know, I cannot tell. This looks centered to me. So is this the center line? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the center line. Yes. And where is the center line over here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the center line. This one. So let's move it like this. No, one out. Like this. So it goes in the middle of this one, which then goes into the middle of the command module. So this model is now fixed. So let's save it. Object. Into here, sure. So C class 3, export to C class 3. And yes, copy this. And then I go into scripts. No. Into here. Model test, yes. And I change this into this. And finally I can remove this thing here, because it's not needed and it shouldn't be there. So now if I recompile, I hopefully it doesn't crash. Wait, what happened? Oh, of course, the model is cached, so it doesn't work. Okay, let me leave the game, and hopefully it will work and I don't have to restart the game. But what can you do? Not invoke, yes. Come on, come on. No, it didn't work again. See, now it will, yes, it's just completely broken. Exit editor. I'm not sure what is causing that, to be honest. But what can you do? Oh, this must sound pretty weird, opening the menu without the sound. Hang on, what? Okay, there we go. But I'm here to save you. Bam. Here we go. So, what was it called? Not invoke fun, yes? Oh yeah, so it looks better already. What is that? What are these arrows? Well, who knows and who cares? Compile. Unpause. Oh yeah, you can see they are in wrong positions. Because the model is now fixed. And it was... Whoa, what is that? Oh yeah, because how well it was broken, so... Let me fix it up. First. This rotation needs to be somewhere else, so again, let's do the 50-50 thing. Because I'm lazy to think. Compile, is this that? Yeah, looks like it. Next, let's fix this. Now all you need to do is to switch the X and Y positions and negate one of them. This one, I believe. Again, switch and negate. So that should be all. Compile. Yes, perfect. And now it's fixed. So X is up and Y is this way. Perfect. And that is in downward, so it's okay. Well, let's go. So yes, before I start to compute the rotations, I want to do project target to new base. Now if you had a linear algebra course, then you know what base is, and that's what I'm doing. So I want 1, 0, 0 projected with the rotation, with just the ship rotation as the base X, basically, which is the now this is the new X vector in the base, and this is the Z element of it. So this is still the x vector of the base, but that is the y element of it. And this is the... Wow, this will get really weird, the naming, but it should be fine. So this is the y vector of the base, and again the vector is just 3 numbers, right? So this is the x number of the vector by, this is the y number of the vector by, this is the z number of the vector by. And you want to have 3 vectors to express the base. Now, how do you project the target position into the base? Well, that's a good question. So the way you do it is okay, let me actually Google that. So project vector into or no base, because you just multiply it or something, I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, so I just multiply it. Oh, that's so easy then. So in order to get the position of the vector in... Oh, I'm just so bad at explaining. What did I do? Okay. So this is the turret, right? This is the position that we are interested in. And the target position is what? Oh yeah, let's just copy this as the target position, right? So now what we want to do is just compute the position of the target as relative to the position of the turret. So relative x, I just hope that this naming doesn't get me into trouble. This will be the relative position of the target. And by the way, this will be, a lot of this will be getting into function, and we will have multiple turrets on our ship. It will be fun. Oh, of course. There is one thing that I forgot, because the base of the turret is on the top of the ship. That means the rotation for the base of the turret is same as the rotation for the ship, but that doesn't have to be the case. The turret can be over here, in which case the turret, even the base of the turret, not even the middle or the gun, even the base itself has its own rotation on top of the ship's rotation. So I need to take care of that, and I will put the second turret here and the third turret over here, or I will put the second turret over here outright. So that will be a lot of fun. But for now, let's get the relative x, y, and z, x, y, z, x, y, z. Nice. And now the chords of the target in the new base. And it's really simple. You just take the coordinates of the target and multiply it by the base coordinate. And if this base is orthonormal, which in this case it is, that's all you need to do. And you add it with the, you add it like this with the other ones. So y here and Y here, and then Z here and Z here, and because this was the X vector from the base, you will get the new X, I guess. I have no idea how to call this, which is the position in the new base, basically. So then I need to change this to the Y base vector and this to the Z base vector. Oh man, projecting into another base is so fun. Okay. Okay, now we finally have what we want, which is the coordinates, I mean the relative coordinates from the turret to the target in the coordinate system of the turret. So we have the X coefficient which goes this way and the Y coefficient which goes that way. So if we call 8 and 2 on it, it can just rotate really like this. So let's do that. So new Y, new X, 8 and 2, and this will be the angle. Now I also need to think about the axis, which if this is X and this is Y. Oh, I also don't know how the scale reacts with rotation. It is scaled before rotation, of course. So this is Y and Z still goes down. So I want to rotate around Z in positive direction. Cool. So it will be 0, 0, 1. So this will be create rotation axis. And this will be the rotation for the... Oh, I can actually put that here as the correct computed angle. Wow, if this will work, then I will be very surprised. Does it work? Doesn't look like... I mean, it is turning, but doesn't look very convincing. Okay, it doesn't turn towards the tree. But it does turn. I mean, does it only turn as the consequence of the ship rotation? Also the tilt is a little bit too much. So let's reduce the tilt a little bit to only 0.1. So the tilt isn't that bad. Also let's try to moving the ship, because if this works, even moving the ship should change the rotation. And it doesn't. But why? Oh, of course, because this is only the relative position on the ship. So of course, if I compare it to the relative position on the ship, it will not work. So I actually need to do this as the position. Oh man, this is getting really messy, to be honest. Well, my hopes were that if I can understand this correctly... Yeah, I need to subtract here as well. Then I can make a tutorial video when I will explain to people how to make stuff in 3D. Well, but to be honest, this is like very advanced. A turret mounted on a moving ship that will track in a two-phase tracking, like one thing that moves at left and right, and the other thing in it that like move up and down, will track a specific target. Well, this is, as you can see, an advanced stuff. And easy stuff that I maybe should have started with is like a mortar that shoots a projectile, and the projectile just flows through the air and it rotates as it is being thrown. Or even a slightly difficult thing, a missile that just continues on a path and is rotating. That will be slightly more challenging, but I just wanted to do this because this is a challenge for me. So I enjoy cracking something up. Oh, yeah. Compile. So is this any better? Well, it looks promising. Wow, no way. Is this actually working? No way. No way this is working. So it is actually tracking the tree. I don't believe it. This has to be some sort of mistake. Let's increase the tilt and let's see how it adds up. Let's go 4.3 so it's not completely crazy. And let's even try to rotate. Okay, what is this? And is it targeted at the tree? It looks like it. Oh, this looks really bad, but if I see, then it looks kind of okay. If I move the... Stop it. If I move the ship over here. It seems that it is actually tracking the target. Wow, that's incredible. Now for the Y coordinate. Yeah, again, it will be similar like with the dog, so you can see the Y and X, just put a ton and that's one rotation, and the other one will be just, where was I? Yes, here, just the distance. Which I guess the distance, I mean the Y coordinate, right, which will be I mean the Z what is R? Oh, relative position of the target. Now what is this? Now stop it. Yes. So the new Z. So that is the Z position, and the distance is new X, duplicate mul, new Y duplicate. Oh, this is just too long. And I'm lazy. So 0, 0, new X, new Y, and distance, and then 8 and 2 again. Wow, if this will work. Oh, which axis? Well, let me see. This is the X and this is the Y. So I want around the Y axis and again positive. Well, I like the left hand rule. It is positive in both cases. If it was the right hand rule, I would either have to negate this like this, or I would have to put -1 here. Either way would work, but because if it is the left hand rule, in this case it works. So maybe that's why it's the left hand rule, because it works. Is it pointing at the tree? Well, it looks like it. Like, no, it's not. What is it? No, it's not. Oh, because the red gun rotation. Oh, let's try moving the ship around, shall we? Let's see a difference. Does it make? It's pointing downwards. Doesn't look good. So it looks like it points downwards instead of pointing upwards, maybe? Hang on, so Oh, I messed up again. I thought that this distance is positive, of course. Yeah, this is my bad. So I just need to negate this. I guess -1 here will do, instead of putting negate here, because it saves the command. I know. The result is the same. So it's pointing at the top of the tree. You can actually see the... So what if I look from the... oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Holy crap, it actually works. No way. No way this is actually working. Look at that. Look at that tracking. Wow. No way. I I'm just... okay, I want to put the ship here and then see it as it is passing through. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can barely see it because of this weird... wow. Holy moly, I just can't express how surprised I am that this actually works. Look at that. Oh, lol. I just can't get enough of this. I just can't. I need to... I need to bring the spinning back. I want to see it as it is spinning. Wow, it is spinning in the wrong direction. Oh yeah, of course, because because of the fixed model. So this is how it should have been spinning along. Oh, look at... oh, whoa, did you see that? Oh my god. Oh, no, it's too fast. That I saw. Come. Alright, else you see that? Oh, I just love it. I love it. I completely and totally love it. Hang on, one more time. Okay, let's try a different angle, like from here. Okay, do you see it? Oh yeah. Okay, so now it turns into the ship. Okay, what? Yeah, you see that? Oh, it's so fun. Oh, it's so fun to just look at it. Okay, I want it to be... okay, stop it. Yeah, I want it to be right next to it, like this. I want to see what happens. Okay, so it's rotating. Oh, look at that. It just tries to look up. It looks at the wall and it switches. Wow, so cool. So it looks at the tree and at the top, bam, switches. Oh, I love it. In case you couldn't tell, I am really enjoying this. Okay, let's try to add rotation to the base of the whole thing, of the whole turret. Now I'm just going to put a static rotation there. That will tilt it a little bit. Or you know what? Let's move the turret. Let's move the turret here to the side of the ship, so it's like in here, right in the front. And first, let's compute the position. So if this is the center, actually, let me open the ship plan in the ship editor. That I guess will be easier. So here is the center. Can I zoom on this somehow? No, probably not. Can I do this at the very least? Let's see the zoom level. Yes. Oh yeah, this is way better. Okay, I don't know why the window is so small. Yeah, so let's also print screen this so I can draw. By the way, can you see this? That's quite important. Okay, I have to cancel this and see on the stream if you can see that. Okay, this seems like the old video maybe. So where is the new one? Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, I'm too late, so let's try to find it. Okay, I don't need to hear the sound twice. Okay, so the print screen should be coming soon. I just want to see if it's visible on the stream or not. Oh yeah, it is? Okay, I'm not talking. Oh yeah, you can see the print screen without problem. So that's great. So let's use this in order to draw some lines, right? So where is some pen here? So currently the module is here. Where I want it to be is right here on this edge. Right, so if I split this into cells, then this is 3 cells, right? And here is the center of the entire thing. So in order to get here, I have to go 1, 2, 3.5 cells up, right? And hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 cells to in front. So this is 16, which is 18, and this is 12, which is 14. So 18 to the front and 14 to the right. Except this is y up, so this I guess will be negative 14. So that would put it over here. And the rotation. Now normally normally it would be like this, right? And it would be facing up. Now I want it to be like mounted on the wall and be facing this way. So I need to do 2 rotations. First I need to rotate it like this, so it's like mounted on this wall but offset it and moving this way, and then I just rotate it 45 degrees here. And I first rotate it like downward 90 degrees like this to get this, and then 45 degrees like that to get this. Wow, this oh, I'm so excited. If this actually works, then it will be awesome. So let's do this. Oh, let me just save this to consult with later. Reconnection successful. What? Did my internet fail again? Okay, let's check the live stream. No, it doesn't seem so. So let's get back to it. Yes. So I need to go into the code and where did I left off? Yes, model rotation is for the colors. So I need a base rotation, if you will. Now this will be dependent on the base rotation, yes. So I need this calculation to actually be between these two. So let me copy it there before I forget. Also, the position will be dependent on the base as well. So a lot of things will be this will be. Yes, this will need to be different as well. So as you can see there, it will become very complicated to stack things on top of each other without using the built-in functionality to stick things on top of each other, because it's just a lot of code that can be easily automated. Now I'm going to write it by hand right now. but I will definitely look into how to add objects into one another in Unity and maybe expose that into a function in PRPL, so that you can just say I want to add this object to that object at this position at that rotation, and then Unity will do all these computations for you. So that is the plan. But for now, let's start with the rotation that we have on the ship. Where did I save the? Yes, I need this. So first I need to move it down. Now by default X is to the right. So I want to be rotating around X, and I want to be rotating by negative 90 degrees. So I might as well rotate around negative X by positive 90 degrees. So that will be create rotation axis by a negative alongside the negative x-axis by 90 degrees. So that will be rotation combined into turret base rotation. Now it turns out that actually a lot of things are based around the turret base rotation, not around the rotation itself. Now I will show you in a minute. Now after that I need to hang on, where is my thing here? Yes, I need to rotate this. So I need to rotate along the y-axis, and I need to rotate 45 degrees backwards. So oh no, the y-axis is going downwards. So if it's going downwards, then I need to rotate. No wait, I am rotating around how the object is already. So if X is here, then no, Z is going downward, Y is going there. No, Y was going up to begin with. So Y is going there. Yeah, so I was correct the first time around, just for the wrong reasons. So I need to rotate against over negative Y, over negative Y, and I need only P fourth, because I need only 45 degrees. So now I have the base rotation. Now as you see, this and this is actually no, this is fine, but this thing over here, that needs to go away for now. And yes, this is fine. It is fine for now. Yes. What I need to do is to do the position that I measured earlier. So that is what, 18 for X, and what was it, negative 14 for Y? Yes. So negative 14, and the same here. And that will remain 0. It will be like on the ground level or whatever. So that's good. The last thing to do is this needs to be adjusted. But where? It certainly needs to be adjusted after the rotation is computed, which is done over here. So let me compute the rotation as early as possible. This should be fine. And When I'm setting the position for the gun, I also need to do some little trick. By the way, where am I setting the position of the... Alright. What I need to do is to take the position of the gun turret relative to the position of this, which is 6 pixels, right? So that will be like 0, 0, 6. Except, is it positive 6 or negative 6? Well, it's negative 6, right? Because here is, I mean Z, here is positive Z, so it's negative 6 in the Z direction. But I also need to multiply it by the scale, which is 0.4. By the way, let me put this into a variable. It will be turret scale, and replace it by this, so I can easily change the size of the turret later. Turret scale multiply, and I also change these to turret scale, turret scale, turret scale negate, or just duplicate twice like this, I guess. Bam, bam, bam. I don't need to negate here because this one is symmetrical, but who cares? Also, this shouldn't be negative because since I invert the modules, it is the same as if I have created them inverted, which means... No, I have created them where the Z was positive and I need to negate. So this needs to be negated, yes. So for that reason, multiply. Now I applied what rotation do I apply to this? Well, I apply... Oh, to this I need to apply only the part of the turret. No, I need to apply the difference between the turret rotation and the rotation. Now I could actually compute this difference, but I'm too lazy. So what I'm going to do instead is save it separately, right? Instead of doing that, I do this, and then this, and that will be the turret base rotation 0. Very creative, man. And then the ship rotation plus this rotation equals this rotation. So this rotation is these two combined, but this is the rotation of the base relative to the rotation of the ship only. So this is what I need to do: rotation apply, and then I need to add the result to this. And this is like the quickest way to do it. It's not the prettiest way, but it works. So this modifies the position of the gun. Yes. Well, this is just so stupid. Again, if this was actually properly implemented by, you know, stacking objects into another objects, Unity would do this for you. So since now I'm going to reveal my grand plan. Uh, One of the reasons why I'm doing this, besides of this being fun, is I want to, if this will be successful and it will actually work, which it seems it does, I want to create a tutorial on how to use rotations and models in 3D to motivate adding 3D models and rotations into Creeper World 4. Because if people will see that it is not that hard, then maybe people will be interested in experimenting with it. But this would definitely turn people away because this is like way too complicated. Like especially this computation with the base. That's like so weird. So what I will do next, I mean next time, not this time because I'm tired already. What I will do in the future is, as I said a million times probably, I will try to simplify this a lot by making it possible to stack objects into another object. But for now, let's continue. Now the worst thing that can happen is that I missed something. I think the code is pretty fine, but okay, let's get rid of that and let's see what happens. Compile, unpause. Okay, invalid rotation. Okay, that is bad. Oh, you can see, well, it's actually turned pretty good, except this one, not so much. So turret base lock rotation. Okay, except I want the middle to rotate around the base. Okay, what line is that? Doesn't tell. What if I recompile that? Okay, so it looks pretty good. It doesn't work, but it's not that bad. I mean, what is wrong with the turret? That is the question. Oh, I know. I need to apply. I need to first the rotation and then the point. That was the problem. Compile. Oh! I see the turret. It's in there. Oh, it's stuck in there. So maybe positive 6 here. Well, I'm not sure, but. Oh, almost. Almost. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's not bad, but it doesn't work so well now, does it? Yes, I know, because I didn't fix this. This was the entire reason I was doing this. because here needs to be the rotation of the base. So, well, it seems that the targeting works, it's just the position is... See? It even points to the tree, it's just the position is right for some reason. So let me stop it. Oh, what did I do? I'll get lost. Yes. See? It looks pretty fine, just the position is really funny. So what's wrong with the position? Good question. This doesn't work. Long story short, but why not? So let's recapitulate. The turret base rotation 0 is this rotation that takes the thing facing upwards and rotates it like so. Now if I take vector in this, which is x, y and z downwards, or z upwards actually because the model is scale. Yeah, probably creating the model downwards would be better. But just scaling it just multiplying by negative 1. For example, the ship model was rotated 90 degrees. That was way worse than if it was upside down. But back to the topic, right? Y up because it's rotated, I guess. No, the Y still goes down, but the model goes up. That's right, because the scale doesn't affect the rotation, so it's just like if I created it upside down without the scale is the same as I created upside down with the scale. Now that's the difference between rotating with the ship, because the rotation does affect the ship. That way the scale is not nearly as important as the rotation. So if I take the vector of the gun relative to the center of the module, which is 0, 0. -6? Yeah, 0, 0, -6. Then I apply the rotation on it, then I should get this rotation, right? So let me actually try and see it. Trace 3. So x and y should like be the same and maybe different sign, and z should be 0. To compile. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I just need trace 3, not trace 5. What is this? Oh. So yeah, these are the same, only different sign, and this is 0. So this is 10 to the -7, which is basically 0. So what is happening to the turret? Why is it stuck in there like that? Oh, I know. Because this is the... This is only the offset relative to the... Oh, I know. Because this is the offset relative to the... Hang on, where is my awesome drawing? This is the offset relative to this, right? So you get this vector. If this was just here rotated, you get this vector, that's fine. But the entire ship is rotated. So you would need to take this vector and apply the ship's rotation as well. At which point I don't need to apply this rotation to it, but it is. Which means that this is completely useless. So skips compile, unpause, and bam. Yes, I was saying. You can see, okay, let's speed it up. Nice, looking at the, okay, this is a bad position, that doesn't highlight it very well. Let's move it like this, that should be better. Ah, okay, it looks promising. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Oh, so cool. Oh. Okay, that's pretty fun. Oh yeah, so I needed the vector to be rotated by the total rotation of the base, of course. Which brings me to putting this back how it was. So this rotation combine into this, and then this into this, and this can go away. This here, of course. So now it works. Compile, clear. Yeah, it looks like it's working, alright. Oh, I like it. I like it. It's pretty good. So I think I will put a second turret here on the other side, and then that will be it. So a lot of this will go into a function somewhere. But for now, let's clean this trace and restructure the code a little bit maybe. Okay, so I want a function called render turret, which will get the turret object. It will get the object at the position at which it should render it. That's it. You don't need anything else. So let's get from the top and copy all the parts that have to do anything with the turret, which is this one. Okay, let's also yeah, let's also make sure that the rotation is already initialized to the rotation of the ship. So this will go into, I get turret Z, turret Y, turret X. Then let's also copy this so I don't have to. So I can delete this, you will see later how I replace it. So those are these two lines. Now, okay, I don't care about this. I do care about this, so this gets copied. Yeah, let's also start deleting as I am copying things. So turret-based rotation, yes, this I pretty much want. Now the trick is I can just use the position of the base here to get the position of the gun by adding this vector. Simple. Now let's okay, this is the model, this is for the course, and this is for the turret. Whoa, what did I do? Okay, let's leave it like this. Also, this whole thing. And this? Is that right? Where do I even paste it? I already know the position, so that's fine. So now let's work on the... Oh yeah, because the position is independent of the rotation. Well, that was pretty neat design. I mean of the rotation of the turret. The position of the gun itself is dependent on the base rotation. Right. But the other things are dependent on the ship rotation. And now let's set the rotation from here. Yeah. So let's load another one. I'm going to name this just 2. I'm going to rename this to 1. Oh, that's right. Oh, why do I have caps lock? You need 3 objects like base, middle, and gun. We also need the rotation of the base as a parameter somehow. Okay, so I will just go put it base rotation as the parameter. Why not? Doesn't matter at this point position. So first we'll be just saving the arguments, right? So next will be base rotation 0 actually, which will be like this, and this I save for later. This is so much trouble. Okay, and now I save to... What is this? Oh yeah, into these 3. So into turret gun, into turret middle, and into turret base. And now, after I set the rotation, which is this, so I can do it over here without a problem, I just call render turret. Now I need to pass the objects first, so that will be turret base 1. Yeah. Base, middle, and gun. Yeah, and after I finish it, I should be able to have two turrets that are tracking the same target. And like changing the target, well, that's just how these three numbers get here. So that's not very interesting to me right now. Maybe detecting if the target is visible by the turret, which is if it's in the half plane, determined by the, which is determined by this rotation. This one, not this one, this one. So what you do is you project, you do this projection, and then just by this alone, so you need to do this part of the projection only. If this is positive, I believe. No, if this is negative, then the turret can see it, and if it is positive, it can't, or something like that. I don't know. Also, you could make the turret move more slowly by adding a maximum movement speed. By this, what you compute, this would be the desired angle, and if the desired angle is is way larger than the actual angle, you just move by the actual angle, and you keep the actual angle separate from this computed result, and you increase it, or you move it closer to this over time. I'm just lazy and I've done that million times with moving a unit to a target, or even rotating a unit to a desired angle, so I'm not gonna bother. Let's just finish on finishing this. I focus on finishing this. Turret gun 1. Then I need to put in the rotation, which is this. And then I need to put in the position, which is this. So render turret, and now we render the other one by just putting the other set, the second set of model. I just do the opposite rotation here. Wait, what is this? This is some tier 1 crap. Oh yeah, of course. The base rotation consists of two rotations, right? So I need to do something like this. Base rotation 0. So this starts the same, and if I go back over here, right? Can you imagine it facing downwards? Now instead of going that way, I need to go in the opposite direction, I guess. But by by 3/4, right? 3/4? Fourths? I don't know. Or in order to make it more symmetric, I could make hang on. I could make it folded in front, which would mean X, Y along the Y-axis, and then on one side and another. So let's do it. So first we make it fold to the front. So if I did just that, then it would stick here pretty neatly. At which point its x-axis is moving down. So if I want to move it over here, then I do positive, and over here I do negative. So here I do negative over x, and here I do positive over x. Nice. And the position here will be 18 on X on both, but here will be positive 18 on the Y. Yes. And that's it? Is that all? Oh, this is such a mess. But let's see if it works. I mean, it won't, but I want to see why. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, I didn't set the scale, okay. Good point. I can just do this. It'll be faster. Okay, so that was my first problem. That's crazy. And they are rotated around. But do they? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's with this cannon? They are like so trippy. Okay, the cannons are busted and the rotation is busted. It seems that they are rotated the wrong way. Let me see again. So the X is going down as I rotate it. I have my left hand. That means the second one should be positive. Where is it? I don't see it. The second one should be positive. Well, let's just switch it, right? I mean, why not? To compile. Oh, now they are in the... What the hell is going on? So did I get this first transformation wrong? Well, that is quite possible. But it would explain what is going on. So in order to make it face down, I need to rotate it X around the Y-axis and negative. So Y-axis, oh, I'm doing positive in the Y-axis, so that's why. So I switch this back, and it should be fine. Okay, but the turret, they are like completely busted for some reason. Let me see about that. Here we go. So this is the same code as before, right? So I guess this is what is busting the computation. But this shouldn't be so radically different. Oh, TBX, oh, this should be TBZ. So this was a copy paste error. Yeah, okay, so this should be fine now. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that cool? So these turrets are now targeting this core, and all you need to do is this one-liner one-liner in quotes for a focusing turret. Now, to be honest, these variable names could be automized, maybe. So the only thing is this rotation, right? And you can You can save this, so you don't need to compute the rotation every frame. It will be even more efficient. So you save this as turret base 1 rotation, right? And turret base 2 rotation. Because it is the rotation relative to the ship, and that doesn't change unless you would move the entire turret around. Like imagine there would be a rail, hang on, pause, like a rail on the ship that would even curve, and the entire turret would be like moving on the rail. But that that will be even more crazy, so let's not do that today. or ever for that matter. Or should I? So next episode, this turret on a rail that's moving on the ship, and the rail is on a train, and the ship itself is on a mothership, and everything is moving together. Well, but yeah, it's fun, definitely. So let's see how it looks if it's moving. Yeah, look at that. I mean, they are tracking it pretty well, the turret. See? Yeah, the only problem is that they clip into the ship, right? As it, yeah. So maybe fix the clipping issue somehow. Maybe if the angle is less than 0, then just ignore it or something. I don't know. Well, it would also make it to insta teleport to the other side. But whatever. I'll just keep it like this. I think I've had enough. Oh yeah. Oh, it's way too late. I'm going to be sleeping in work tomorrow. But it was worth it. I have definitely enjoyed making this. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, with maybe some better textures if it was larger. I mean, you can see the holding in the middle. I'm not sure of the quality of the YouTube stream, but I can barely see the the holding circles that I designed. How do I open it? Tinker this, yes. Yeah, these circles. Yeah, these two. I can barely see them, but I can see them in there. Maybe if they were real, they would be better. But yeah. I just imagine if the cannon fired, then a little pushback on it. So you would have to move the position according to the rotation of the... Okay, no. No, I've had enough. I've had enough. Let's go into menu save. And let's not return to this for at least 2 weeks. Because I need a break from this madness. But this has been a great episode. So if you watched till the end, then congratulations. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.